One feature of this property that has been both a blessing and a curse is the second house. We've seen it called the summer cottage in some documents. We have long-term rental tenants in the house, so we don't really video over there, try to respect their privacy. In September of 2024, the tenants called and asked me to look at some window trim that they noticed seemed to be rotten. I expected to find a leaking window, maybe some rotten trim, maybe some rotten siding that needed to be dealt with. What I discovered turned out to be much, much worse. There was significant termite damage in one of the bedrooms. I did some preliminary demo to see the extent of the damage and quickly realized that we had a major reconstruction project to deal with. My dad came to help out, and we started to pull the walls apart, including the siding. There's no sheathing on this house, it's just boards nailed right to the studs. So a lot of that was damaged. Eventually, we ended up just carrying large portions of the wall away. It was so rotten, there was essentially nothing left. We could just pick up half of the wall and walk off with it. The sills were rotten, some of the floor joists were damaged. We decided it would be easiest to just remove the walls entirely and start framing this thing from scratch. We completely reframed the walls, installed insulation that was never there in the first place. Exterior sheathing. By the end of the weekend, the bedroom was closed in and ready for finishing. While it was all open, I sprayed all the exposed framing with Boracare. It's a borate solution to prevent future termite problems. New sheetrock, trim, paint. We had to repair the hardwood floors that were also damaged in that one corner. This bedroom was dramatically more damaged than any other place in the house. Thankfully, nothing else was nearly as bad. Fortunately, the sills and some structure was rotten along the entire backside of the house. So in November of 2024, I started repairing this damage in other areas. I again took the opportunity to insulate the walls and install structural sheathing underneath the new siding. This gives me an air barrier that was also lacking. I also started to address one of the root causes of the rot. The grade behind the house is significantly higher than it should have been, so surface water was able to run up against the house. And in some spots, the wood siding was actually like 4 to 6 inches below ground level. So I, using my tractor, removed about 6 to 8 inches of dirt. And then later, I had an excavator in the spring. I pulled another 6 to 8 inches out. So I'm at least a foot lower now than, a couple years ago. So that's obviously helping a lot, keeping the wood out of the ground and keeping water from sitting against the house. By December, I had repaired about 2/3 of the wall, but I had to stop for winter. I resumed construction in March of 2025, replacing a leaking window on the east side of the house. I installed new PVC exterior trim, installed new cedar clapboard siding over a ventilated rain screen. Took a few months off during the summer to start building a workshop. If you haven't seen that video series, you should check it out. I'll put a link to that. But then by August, I was back on the house. I had to finish that up before winter again. Replaced 2 more windows in the living room and installed new siding along that entire back wall of the house. There was some pretty tricky details around the electrical service and the gable vent up in the peak. I still need to kind of finish that up, but I plan to paint and get that whole backside done completely in spring of 2026. We filled a 20-yard dumpster with all the debris, and I will be moving my way around the rest of the house. The sills are rotten almost all the way around. So in coming years, I'll be tackling the whole rest of the house too. Thanks for watching.